Welcome to our exploration of crystal gazing, a practice that has fascinated people for centuries. But what exactly is crystal gazing? At its core, it involves looking into a crystal ball or another reflective surface, such as water or ink, in hopes of seeing visions, images, or even glimpses of the future. Some believe it's a mystical art, while others see it as a psychological phenomenon. Throughout history, crystal gazing has been associated with fortune-telling, spiritual insight, and even scientific curiosity. In this video, we'll journey through its history, examine the evidence, and discuss the ongoing debate between believers and skeptics. Let's begin by understanding the basics of this enigmatic practice. Crystal gazing isn't a modern invention. Its roots stretch back to ancient civilizations, where polished stones, water, and mirrors were used for divination. From the Egyptians and Greeks to the Aztecs and Maoris, cultures worldwide practiced some form of scrying. These early societies believed that reflective surfaces could reveal hidden truths, connect them with spirits, or offer guidance from the divine. Over time, these beliefs evolved, blending with folklore and religious traditions. The enduring allure of crystal gazing lies in its promise to bridge the seen and unseen, the known and the mysterious. References to crystal gazing appear throughout literature, from medieval romances to Victorian ghost stories. Writers like Sir Walter Scott and Charles Kingsley wove tales of magic mirrors and enchanted visions, capturing the imagination of readers. These stories often blurred the line between fantasy and reality, reflecting society's fascination with the supernatural. Even today, crystal balls are iconic symbols in fiction and popular culture, representing mystery, prophecy, and the unknown. Literature has played a key role in shaping how we perceive crystal gazing, sometimes as a mystical art, other times as mere superstition. While many view crystal gazing as mystical, scientific inquiry has sought to understand what's really happening. Psychologists have studied the phenomenon, exploring whether visions are products of imagination, suggestion, or subconscious processes. Some experiments suggest that people with vivid visual imagination are more likely to see images in crystals. Others point to hypnagogic illusions, those fleeting images we see between wakefulness and sleep, as a possible explanation. The debate continues: is crystal gazing a window to another world, or simply a trick of the mind? Throughout the late 19th and early 20th centuries, researchers conducted experiments to test the validity of crystal gazing. Notable figures like Miss Goodrich Freer and Andrew Lang documented cases where individuals claimed to see detailed visions in crystal balls, sometimes even describing people or places unknown to them. These experiments often involve strict controls, with observers recording both successes and failures. While some results were striking, skeptics argued that coincidence, suggestion, or lucky guesses could explain the findings. The scientific community remains divided, but these experiments continue to intrigue both believers and doubters. Many personal stories add color to the history of crystal gazing. From country house gatherings to solitary experiments, people have reported seeing vivid images, faces, landscapes, even events unfolding in real time. Some accounts describe uncanny coincidences, such as seeing a person in a crystal ball at the exact moment they were engaged in a specific activity elsewhere. Others recall visions of unknown places that were later identified. While skeptics question the reliability of memory and perception, these stories remain a compelling part of the crystal gazing tradition. Skepticism has always accompanied claims of crystal gazing. Critics argue that visions are products of imagination, suggestion, or even deliberate deception. They point out that people often see shapes in clouds, fire, or stains. Why not in a crystal ball? Some suggest that the mind constructs images from random patterns of light and shadow, especially when the observer is relaxed or suggestible. Others dismiss the practice as superstition or trickery. The challenge remains: how do we distinguish genuine phenomena from the workings of the mind? One of the central questions in the study of crystal gazing is the role of imagination. Is seeing images in a crystal ball fundamentally different from daydreaming or visualizing a memory? Some researchers believe that strong visualizers are more likely to experience crystal visions, while others argue that the process is no different from seeing shapes in clouds or fire. Yet there are cases where the images seem to convey information unknown to the gazer, challenging the imagination hypothesis. The boundary between imagination and reality remains blurred. Some proponents of crystal gazing suggest that the practice can reveal not just random images, but thoughts from other people, a phenomenon known as telepathic scrying. In controlled experiments, a thinker would concentrate on a specific image or person, while the scryer attempted to see it in the crystal. Occasionally, the scryer described details matching the thinker's focus, leading to speculation about thought transference. However, the evidence remains anecdotal, and the scientific community calls for more rigorous testing before drawing conclusions. A fascinating aspect of crystal gazing is its similarity to hypnagogic illusions, the vivid images that appear as we drift between wakefulness and sleep. These fleeting visions can be detailed and lifelike, yet they arise spontaneously from the mind. Some researchers believe that crystal gazing taps into this same mental state, allowing images to surface from the subconscious. The difference, however, is that crystal gazers are typically wide awake, raising questions about how and why these visions occur. Crystal gazing is not confined to any one culture or era. From the Australian Aborigines to the Incas, from medieval Europe to modern America, people have used reflective surfaces for divination and insight. Each culture brings its own beliefs, rituals, and interpretations to the practice. For some, it's a sacred art. For others, a form of entertainment or self-reflection. This diversity highlights the universal human desire to seek meaning beyond the ordinary, using the mysterious as a tool for understanding. Suggestion plays a powerful role in shaping what people see during crystal gazing. If an experimenter expects to see certain images, or if the environment is charged with anticipation, the mind may be more likely to produce vivid visions. This is similar to how people can be influenced to see ghosts in haunted houses or shapes in clouds. Understanding the impact of suggestion helps explain why some individuals have striking experiences, while others see nothing at all. Crystal gazing often finds itself at the intersection of superstition and skepticism. Some dismiss it as mere superstition, while others argue that disbelief stems from lack of experience or open-mindedness. The debate is not just about the practice itself, but about how we define knowledge, belief, and evidence. Is it superstitious to believe in something simply because it cannot be explained by current science? Or is it closed-minded to reject experiences outside our own? These questions continue to fuel discussion around crystal gazing. Is there a certain type of person more likely to succeed at crystal gazing? Some believe that individuals with strong visual imagination, or those who have experienced waking hallucinations, are more apt to see crystal visions. However, there are many exceptions. Some highly imaginative people see nothing, while others with no apparent predisposition have vivid experiences. Age, health, and personality seem to play a role, but there's no definitive profile of a successful scryer. The ability remains as mysterious as the visions themselves. While the crystal ball is the most iconic tool, scrying can be practiced with a variety of objects: water, ink, polished stones, mirrors, and even the surface of a jug. The choice of medium often depends on cultural tradition, personal preference, or availability. Each tool offers a different visual experience, but the underlying principle remains the same: using a reflective surface to focus the mind and invite visions. The diversity of tools highlights the adaptability and universality of the practice. How does one actually practice crystal gazing? The process typically involves sitting quietly, focusing attention on the crystal or reflective surface, and allowing the mind to relax. Some practitioners use rituals or incantations to set the mood, while others simply gaze in silence. The experience varies. Some see nothing, others report fleeting images, and a few describe detailed, moving scenes. The key seems to be a combination of concentration, relaxation, and openness to whatever arises. The visions seen during crystal gazing can range from simple shapes and colors to complex scenes involving people, places, and events. Some are interpreted as symbolic, others as literal glimpses of the past, present, or future. The meaning of these visions is often subjective, shaped by the scryer's beliefs, expectations, and cultural background. While some claim prophetic or telepathic insights, others view the images as reflections of the subconscious mind. Not every attempt at crystal gazing yields remarkable results. In fact, many experiments result in misses, vague impressions, or nothing at all. However, there are documented cases where the scryer described details unknown to them, but later verified, such as the appearance of a distant person or a specific event. These successes are rare and often surrounded by failures, but they continue to fuel interest and debate. The challenge lies in distinguishing genuine hits from coincidence or subconscious inference. Today, crystal gazing is practiced by a diverse range of people, from spiritual seekers and fortune tellers to curious skeptics and psychologists. It appears in popular culture, entertainment, and even scientific research. While its reputation as a mystical art endures, many now approach it as a tool for self-reflection, meditation, or creative inspiration. The practice continues to evolve, adapting to new contexts and technologies, yet its core mystery remains unchanged. Despite centuries of fascination, crystal gazing remains a challenge for scientific study. The subjective nature of visions, the influence of suggestion, and the rarity of verifiable hits make it difficult to draw firm conclusions. Some psychologists call for more rigorous, controlled experiments, while others remain skeptical of the value of such research. As technology advances, new methods may emerge to study the phenomenon. But for now, crystal gazing sits at the intersection of science, art, and mystery. Crystal gazing endures as a captivating blend of history, psychology, and mystique. Whether viewed as a doorway to the unknown or a fascinating quirk of the human mind, it continues to inspire curiosity and debate. The practice invites us to question the boundaries of perception, belief, and reality. As we've seen, crystal gazing is more than just a superstition or a party trick. It's a window into the complexities of human experience. The mystery remains, inviting each of us to look a little deeper,